Have you ever found yourself stuck in a loop of behaviors you just can't seem to shake off? Maybe it's nail biting, constantly checking your phone, or indulging in unhealthy snacks when stressed. It's frustrating, isn't it? You try to stop, but somehow you always end up right back where you started. So why is it so darn difficult to break a bad habit? Stick around, because in this video, we're diving deep into the science behind habits and uncovering the secrets to breaking free from their grip. Get ready to unravel the mystery of why breaking bad habits is such a challenge. Let's jump right in. Habits, what are they really? Let's take a closer look at what habits truly are and why they hold such sway over our lives. At their core, habits are like the autopilot settings of our brains, guiding our actions with minimal conscious effort. They're the routines and behaviors that we perform almost automatically, often without giving them much thought. From brushing our teeth in the morning to scrolling through our phones before bed, habits permeate every aspect of our daily lives. But what exactly distinguishes a habit from a mere routine? While routines are deliberate actions that we choose to perform, habits are behaviors that have become so deeply ingrained in our brains that they occur almost reflexively. They're the result of countless repetitions, etching neural pathways that make certain actions feel like second nature. Understanding the nature of habits is key to unlocking their power over us and gaining control over our behavior. By recognizing the patterns and triggers that shape our habits, we can begin to unravel their grip on our lives and pave the way for positive change. The science behind habit formation. Now, let's explore the fascinating science behind how habits are formed in the first place. At the heart of habit formation lies the intricate workings of our brain's reward system. When we engage in a behavior that is followed by a pleasurable outcome, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with feelings of pleasure and reward. This dopamine release serves as a signal to our brain that the behavior is beneficial and worth repeating. Over time, as the behavior becomes increasingly associated with the pleasurable reward, our brain forms strong neural connections that encode the habit into our subconscious mind. But it's not just the promise of reward that drives habit formation. Our brains are also remarkably efficient at recognizing patterns and automating routine behaviors to conserve mental energy. As we repeat a behavior in response to a particular cue or trigger, our brain learns to anticipate the outcome and executes the behavior almost automatically. Cue behavior reward loop. Now let's delve deeper into the fascinating world of the cue behavior reward loop, a fundamental concept in understanding why breaking a bad habit can be such a challenge. Picture this: you're sitting at your desk, engrossed in work, when suddenly an email notification pops up on your screen. Instantly, your heart rate spikes, and without a second thought, you find yourself reaching for your nails and biting them nervously. What just happened here? Well, it all begins with the cue, which serves as a trigger for the habitual behavior. In this scenario, the cue is the email notification, an external stimulus that prompts a specific response. Next comes the behavior itself, biting your nails in response to feeling anxious or stressed. This behavior provides a sense of relief or distraction, however fleeting, which is the reward. It could be the temporary release of tension or simply a momentary diversion from the task at hand. Now here's where it gets interesting. Each time this cue behavior reward sequence is repeated, it strengthens the neural pathways in your brain associated with the habit. The release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter, further reinforces this connection, making it more likely that you'll engage in the behavior again in the future. Over time, this repetitive cycle becomes deeply ingrained in your brain, turning the behavior into a habit that feels almost automatic. But breaking free from this cycle isn't impossible. By understanding the cues that trigger our habits, as well as the rewards they provide, we can begin to unravel the mechanisms underlying our behavior. Armed with this knowledge, we can then implement strategies to disrupt the cue behavior reward loop and pave the way for lasting change. The power of environment. Our environment exerts a powerful influence on our behavior, often shaping the habits we form without us even realizing it. Consider your daily routine. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, you're surrounded by cues that trigger specific behaviors. For instance, the sight of your bed may signal relaxation and sleep, while the aroma of freshly brewed coffee might prompt you to start your day with a caffeine fix. These environmental cues can play a significant role in perpetuating our habits, especially when they're deeply ingrained in our daily routines. Take the example of snacking while watching TV. If you're accustomed to reaching for chips or cookies every time you sit down in front of the screen, the environment itself becomes a powerful cue that triggers the habit. But here's the good news. By modifying our environment, we can disrupt these habitual patterns and make it easier to break free from our bad habits. This could involve simple changes, such as rearranging your workspace to minimize distractions or removing tempting snacks from your pantry. By altering the cues in our environment, we can create barriers that make it more difficult to engage in unwanted behaviors, while also making it easier to adopt healthier alternatives. Moreover, major life changes, such as moving to a new city or starting a new job, offer unique opportunities to break free from old habits and establish new ones. When we find ourselves in unfamiliar environments, our habitual cues lose their power, giving us the chance to consciously shape our behavior in line with our goals and values. Breaking the habit. So how can we break free from the grip of our bad habits? While it's not easy, it is possible with the right strategies and mindset. One approach is to identify the cues that trigger our habits and modify our environment to make it more difficult to engage in those behaviors. For example, if you tend to snack while watching TV, try keeping unhealthy snacks out of sight or replacing them with healthier alternatives. Another effective strategy is habit reversal training, which involves replacing a bad habit with a healthier behavior. For instance, if you bite your nails when you're stressed, you could try keeping a stress ball or fidget toy nearby to occupy your hands instead. By interrupting the habitual behavior and replacing it with a more constructive one, you can gradually weaken the grip of the habit over time. Breaking a bad habit is no easy feat, but with perseverance and the right strategies, it is possible. By understanding the science behind habit formation and taking proactive steps to modify our environment and behavior, we can overcome even the most ingrained habits. So the next time you find yourself struggling to break free from a bad habit, remember that change is possible. If you found this video informative, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video.